topic. Some of you may have heard about the American Dream throughout campus. It was advertised through classes, flyers, etc. Ethics Week. This project actually started with Ethics Week as the primary intention and audience, but based on the positive feedback we received from the community, we went back, did more filming, made a social media campaign, and we have this project now. So
we're going to play you our video.
Yeah, just so you actually know what it is.
You yourself can put it in your mind, like, this is what I love, this is what I'm passionate about, and fighting for that is the American dream.
Somebody smuggled me into the U.S. I never told anybody that I was here undocumented because my parents said that it was very dangerous. Anybody could report me to ICE and I would be sent back home. And I was very determined to do my best because my dad always said, hey, it's going to be harder for you to go to college.
It was really hard for me to leave my dad. Like, I lived with him 14 years and then leave him. I was so young. We don't have like a lot of opportunity in my country. So that was one of the reasons why my mom brought us here, because of the American dream.
My American dream is to live freely and just be who I am in this world and make an impact in my own special way, and to be successful and make my mom proud of me.
In Argentina, there's not so many possibilities.
But for me, American dream, it is the land of opportunities, America. That's my perspective. So I've been here chasing my dreams, chasing my career. So I've been here for that one.
I feel like I can achieve my American dream with a lot of hard work and dedication and passion for what I want to do.
It took a couple of years to get there, but I think it's achievable. There are still many groups that are marginalized and told, they have to fit into a certain stigma and are unable to attain whatever goals they may have.
Being African American or Hispanic or Latino or being homosexual.
So international students, some of them wish and desire to live here for the rest of their lives or at least continue their working career. However, that's very difficult because they have to assume their education.
In El Salvador, there's more corruption, so you could make it, very far in your life, but you have to be biased in doing so. You have to side yourself with a political party. You have to have a significant amount of wealth, or you have to know the right people. Whereas here, as long as you stand out from the crowd, it doesn't matter what race or color or political ideology you have, you can achieve a lot of things.
I define the American dream as being able to help the most number of people achieve what I consider to be a good life. For me, it's being successful, of being able to provide for yourself, provide for your family, and to sort of leave the world a better place than you came into it.
My American dream is where America has become more family-oriented instead of self-serving, and I want to be the top dog.
The thing that I think that I'm working on is the ethical responsibility to have a measure of success that is not toxic.
Great. So, take it away.
So, at the beginning of the campaign, when we actually started to film this project, we had a performance media class. And we had our whole class work on it. We split into 4 groups, and we recruited students during Ethics Week at different times to, we would question them and talk about what they thought about the American dream. After doing so, we've heard similar responses. It was quite interesting hearing what were similar, their different idea on the American dream. But also on the website, we have a video wall of all those comments that you can actually look at. Editing took a while, like 32 hours worth, but it was a lot of fun to work on, and you got to see the perspective of all the different Marymount students.
Also, one of the common themes that we noticed earlier today, a lot of questions came up about what were common answers that students gave. Originally, we had kind of positive questions. So what's your American dream? Like, can you achieve it? And of course, a lot of students came saying, college is my dream, having a good job and having a stable life, being able to pursue what I'd like to pursue. And of course, everybody has the mentality of I can do anything I put my mind to, which was amazing. But coming back, we realized, but that's not always the reality of the situation. So we had to spin our questions in a new light. So who do you think actually faces obstacles with the American dream? What obstacles are they, and how can we change that to change the dialogue a little bit and allow students to really focus in on what the American dream is to multiple people in multiple groups. And that's where the film really started to take form. And as you saw, a lot of people said different things, whether it's family and supporting your friends, your family, and having a good life. We had one person say playing the saxophone in the Amazon, more power to him. But through those conversations, students also had to realize that minority groups, lower economic status, those things really can hinder you no matter how hard you try. But at the same time, people still had that hope of maybe something somewhere and someone can help you. So it was really encouraging. And yeah, you want to go for it?
We also did a special highlight video piece about one of our dreamers, and she actually was smuggled into the U.S., and her story behind that gives more insight onto the struggle.
I don't think we have time to play all of it. We can always play a clip of it.
Somebody smuggled me into the U.S. through Guatemala, and then from Guatemala to buses, trucks, walking into Mexico. And then in Mexico, a lot of times we were going inside of trucks, and they would just hide us through Mexico, closer to the border with the U.S., and then we crossed the Rio Grande River. They would have floaties, black floaties, like tires, and some would push and float and push the tires. I was a little girl, so they just sat me on the tire, and I would have to kind of duck so nobody would see us, and then somebody else would be pushing. On Columbus Day 2004, I arrived to Virginia, and I went to school, and I was very determined.
So we'll just stop there, but that's just one of the examples of students who we talked to having very different experiences coming into America. Also, it was really amazing to see the international students becoming very involved in this campaign, because again, some of them come from very different backgrounds than someone who's born and raised here and has the privileges of being an American citizen. Someone who also touched on this, who we worked with in the campaign, was Sister Simone. As you saw part of the clip, she was mentioning ethical success that isn't toxic. So that was a large source of inspiration for this project, and I know it reached a lot of people during Ethics Week. So you're more than welcome to come to this site after and view kind of her talk a little bit more, but it really does tie into the idea of you need to consider success on a broader scale and how that reaches other groups of people. So with our website you see here, we also decided to build a Facebook page to really reach the Marymount community. We reached a total of 247 likes, but as we go through our results, it actually reached a broad scope of people. Through this, we posted video clips, the full video, as well as commentary and discussion questions that encourage people to not only just like the videos and share them, but also to verbalize what they thought. What did you think was a good idea? What do you think is a problem? What should be changed? So we can read a few of those comments. I don't know if you have anything to add. Let me scroll. As you can see, there's a lot.
It depends on the person.
I know there was a really big one that happened down here. I think that was during class. Okay, so a Bruce Springsteen quote, of course. I spent my life judging the distance between American reality and the American dream. So the discussion question that was posted was, do you think the American dream still is what we are led to believe it is? One student said, I think the American dream is very different today than its classical meaning. we all have our own personal dreams we want to achieve in life, and some say that it's their American dream. So no, I don't think it's still what we are led to believe it is today, because now I think its meaning has become broader and it's not a single dream. A lot of people continued to comment on this saying, you're right, it's changed. Now the idea of a dream is being able to choose your own dream. So it's gone from having a successful job that you could send money back to your family to I want to have a family and that is the dream, or I just want to have friends and I want to go to the Amazon. So that's great. And then, of course, the non-traditional ideas and how are those accepted. So it was a really fruitful conversation. And through our Facebook page, we got 135 comments and conversations rolling. I think it was 135 or maybe 108. We'll actually look at the concrete results right now. So it was a 28-day campaign. Our website had 328 unique users, so totally different people. 342 views, so those could have been the same people showing it to someone else, hitting the page a few times. And actually 4 different countries were reached. I don't know how, and it was a very pleasant surprise that this could span beyond just our community.
Because it was targeted toward MU students, and although we were going to create a larger discussion, it was surprising that we did get visitors of 4 other countries.
I'm hoping it's because someone was like, hey mom, look at me. The other thing, like we were saying, conversation, there were 35 Facebook conversations as well as 38 personal discussions. So what we mean by that is through interviews, we would actually walk away from those in all the different groups, having conversations with people about, yeah, I can't believe we were talking about this. Let's keep talking about it more. I know someone showed up from a sociology project in a dress. And they were like, can I do this on film? And we were like, why not? Challenge it. He actually didn't end up doing that, but we had a conversation of, well, what have you encountered today? Have people looked at you weird? How does that relate to what we were just talking about? It was really amazing to see conversations keep spinning. And for more concrete Facebook information, we had 247 likes, like I mentioned before. Approximately 1,700 people reached. So those are unique users who have seen this Facebook page, which is pretty impressive. That's over half Marymount undergraduate population. Post impressions, there are about 7,500, so that's all posts in general, whether it was they've seen a post, clicked on it, liked it, shared it, anything like that. And total impressions were about 10,700. So that's any content associated with the page, whether it was a hashtag, someone viewed the video, someone shared it, someone's mom clicked on it and went to YouTube. So this has been a very successful project. We've been really excited and pleased with the results for it, and it shows that even small communities can reach out and really network, especially when it's something this important and it's something that a lot of people seem to connect with, whether they were born and raised in Kansas or they're from Saudi Arabia or India. It's been a very interesting experience seeing the global scope as well as the value the American dream has nationally and internationally. That's it.